38-3. Wow. This certainly I was not expecting for to start off the 2021 season, the Last Dance tour. This just I expected a really good close game between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints here, but this was just wow. I This team was not prepared. This team was not ready. They were just lousy everywhere from start to finish. The coaching, the offense, the defense, everything was just awful. I know a lot of people want to take the finger and blame it on this person, this group, that group. There are all kinds of reasons why the Packers lost today in a 35-point deficit like this. But you also got to give credit to the New Orleans Saints. They did a great job. They outcoached us, they outplayed us, start to finish, and that's what they did. They were able to do. They were able to win this game, and it's mostly came from their defense. That defense was just tremendous. When you have guys like Cam Jordan, Marcus Davenport, Quan Alexander, Marshawn Lattimore, Desmond Trufant, Demario Davis, those guys are probably not going to get credit for what they are able to do in this game. Instead, it's going to be bad Packers, bad Packers. What about just good New Orleans Saints team? They came in here, they punched us in the mouth. They were the physically superior team in this game. Their defensive line completely destroyed our offensive line in this game, and their offensive line completely obliterated our defensive line. This was something that was of a concern of mine going in, was the offensive line and our defensive line. That is usually how games are won. They are always won in the trenches. That is what was a big takeaway that I was able to get from this game, was not that how it's not it wasn't exactly how bad we were, but it was about how good they were. And it was about how they were able to bully us. This was something that was not too big of a surprise, I guess, really, when it comes down to it. The New Orleans Saints have a team that can bully you. The problem came down to the New Orleans Saints was the fact that they shot themselves in the foot. And that's what ultimately ended their season last year. Otherwise, the New Orleans Saints were a great football team, and I think they're going to be pretty good this year. I underestimated the Saints defense this year. I underestimated the fact that I know that they lost some guys on the defense. I know that they lost a few players, but they were able to get back some players. So that's what I think, that this New Orleans Saints team is going to be a pretty good football team. And I think I underestimated Jameis Winston a little bit. Jameis had a pretty good game, and I thought that he was going to have a really good game. I just didn't think that the defense was going to be this unprepared for what the Saints threw at us. And I'm going to go over more of this later into some greater detail. But now I'd like to be able to get to the stat line and then share off the final thoughts that I have on this embarrassing loss to the New Orleans Saints in Jacksonville. And to start off with the stat line right here, I'm going to go over the New Orleans Saints stats first. Jameis Winston, 4 of 20 for 148 yards and 5 touchdown passes. Those 5 touchdown passes, inexcusable. The defense was just absolutely poorly when it came to the pass defense. They did allow just 148 to Jameis, but a lot of those were because the New Orleans Saints with a very much a dink and dunk type of offense. And that's what was really, really helpful for him, was that they were able to make him comfortable, get some easy completions, a lot of passes out into the flat to running backs, tight ends, and that's how things really worked, and they were able to click very well for the New Orleans Saints in this game. And the running game, that was something else that the New Orleans Saints were able to do. They were able to run the football, and the defense just, I don't know, it's tough to be able to stop Alvin Kamara regardless. I mean, 20 carries for 83 yards, that's pretty normal for Alvin. Tony Jones got 11 carries for 50 yards. We weren't able to stop this guy. He took some carries and just plugged it right through the middle, and then Jameis started out early with some carries out for 6 for 37. That's what ultimately started things out and got the Saints into a rhythm offensively. And then their passing yards here for their receivers. Deontay Harris got that one touchdown pass off that deep shot, that one for 55 yards. Juwan Johnson, the backup tight end, saw a lot of really good. And there was Juwan Johnson that got the bulk of the touchdowns for the New Orleans Saints. Otherwise, it was very much a dink and dunk kind of offense from this New Orleans Saints team. And that was really about it. And here are the two interceptions here, one by Paulson Adebo and Marcus Williams. I'm going to go over those interceptions a little bit once I get to the Packers section. Now over to the Packers here. This stat line was, who thought that we would see this from Aaron? 15 of 28, 133 yards and 2 interceptions. This arguably has probably been Aaron's worst game since week 6 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers since last year. I have no clue what happened with Aaron today. Everything seemed very off obviously mostly because of the ground game was non-existent. The New Orleans Saints did a great job shutting down our run game. They shut down Aaron Jones, who just got 5 carries for 9 yards. A.J. Dillon, 4 carries for 19, averaging 4.8. That was something that was very noticeable in this game, is that they continue to run the football. We didn't run the football, and mostly because we couldn't, but it was very telling that when we abandoned the run game, and there was probably some cases where we should not have abandoned the run game, and we did. But yeah, this was a pretty bad game for Aaron. There's no denying that he played pretty poorly in this game. There were some really good throws by Aaron, especially that deep throw to Devontae that set up the Packers to get some points in the game. Otherwise, just not a very good game for Aaron. And here's Devontae's final stat line, 5 catches for 56. Randall got 1 catch for 32 yards at the end of the game when Jordan came in. And then Mercedes Lewis did get 1 catch for 19 on a swing pass. Let's see, Amari Rogers also got one catch for 19 yards at the end of the game. Marquez Valdes-Scantling only held to just 3 catches for 17. Allen only held to 2 catches for 16. And then Malik Taylor came in at the end and got a couple of catches. And that's what really happened in this game. It was just, I have no clue what this offense I thought was going to do a whole lot better than this. And like I said, it's a credit to what the Saints were able to do in this game to stop this offense. And they did it with consistent pressure, stopping the run, and therefore limiting the Packer offense to as many passing yards as they did. It was just a really, really bad game by the Packers. This does not define this Packer team. It's only one game, and it's okay to start out 0-1. It's not like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, they came in and faced the same New Orleans Saints team, and they laid an egg. They played pretty poorly, and they also lost 38-3 last year to the New Orleans Saints. So I'm not going to take too much away from this game, except that it was just a really bad game. The team was not ready. The coaching did not prepare us, and the play calls by Matt LaFleur were very questionable. Let's just say that. I don't know. There was just no rhythm to the play calls. There was no rhythm to the offense. That's what ultimately led to the downfall of this offense, is because we just couldn't execute of the questionable play calling on top of the turnovers that happened. What transpired was just simply a bad game. We laid an egg, but it does not define this entire 2021 season. It's just one game. We got 16 more games to go. And with the Detroit Lions coming back at home to play them at Lambeau next Monday, this is when things turn around. This is when the Packers will get back to business. They will play better. And I promise you, this is not a bad football team. This was a bad game by a good football team that was very underprepared for a decently good New Orleans Saints football team all around. That's what I have to finish off this video. I'll catch you guys later. Go Pack, go. Don't give up the faith. We'll bounce back, and we'll be better. Catch you guys later.